Hi everyone, welcome back to Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Today, more trouble for the giant TBR. I'm going to be unboxing my Crime Syndicate subscription from Mr. B's, and I've got a teeny tiny book haul. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name's Alice and I have way too many books. And in spite of that, I have been receiving a crime themed subscription, one book per month for this year. And this was a Christmas present from my lovely mum. And it comes from Mr. B's Book Emporium, which I recently visited in Bath. I can confirm that it's a lovely shop in person, as well as sending me this fabulous subscription every month. So every month they are sending me a brand new crime thriller book, and so far they have been really good. So if you want to see reviews of the first two, which were When Ghosts Come Home by Wiley Cash and Into the Dark by Fiona Cummins, I've reviewed both of them in separate videos, and I will link that in the description down below. Last month I received City on Fire by Don Winslow, and I haven't got to that one yet, but as soon as I do I will review that one for you. And today my April subscription has come through, so I'm going to unbox this today. And also I do have a few more books to talk about, which I have hauled in the month of April, despite being mostly too unwell to leave the house. So yeah, I had to buy some things to cheer me up. Oops. But let's do the unboxing first and see what Mr. B's have in store for me this month. So, ooh, I've got an extra envelope today. Not had this before. So this, it's got a little gold stamp. That's exciting. Never had that. Oh wow. So I think this is a letter from the author, which is really exciting. I don't know what the book is yet. So as usual, it's got its lovely cover with the Crime Syndicate detective guy on it, and all I can see is that it's by an author called Douglas Skelton at the moment. So let's see what that is. I've not heard of Douglas Skelton before. Let me know in the comments if you have. Can't get the slipcover off today. Oh, here we go. Right, it's called An Honourable Thief, and it's got a blurb from Ian Rankin. I love this book. High-octane historical fiction, quote from the Daily Mail, and an absolute triumph, said James Oswald. Very nice gold on the cover there. So this says on the back, introducing Jonas Flint, gambler, thief, killer, man of honour. 1715. Is that a period I know very much about? Not sure. So 1715, I know that's after sort of Tudor, Stuart times. Not sure which era that is exactly. Jonas Flint, ex-soldier and reluctant member of the Company of Rogues, a shady intelligence group run by ruthless spy master Nathaniel Charters, in order to recover a missing document. On her deathbed, Queen Anne, okay, it's the Queen Anne period, Queen Anne may have promised the nation to her half-brother, the Old Pretender, rather than the new King George I, but the will has been lost. Its contents could prove devastating in the wrong hands. The trail takes Jonas from the dangerous streets of London to an Edinburgh in chaos, where he finds others on the same hunt. When secrets come to light about the crown and about his own past, Flint will learn that some truths, once discovered, can never be untold. It says high adventure meets espionage thriller as Jonas Flint battles the tides of history. So this one sounds so totally different to the other three so far. It's nice to keep getting different things. It's nice to get another author that I haven't heard of. There are two other books listed in the front by this author, and it says he's published 12 non-fiction books and 10 crime thrillers, but I haven't read him yet, I don't think. Yeah, so this was first published last year. They've all been like brand new out so far. So I think that's really cool. And the letter says, "Dear Mr. B's Book Emporium and the Crime Syndicate, I am extremely delighted and honoured to hear that An Honourable Thief has been chosen as an April Book of the Month for the Crime Syndicate. It is a book of which I am particularly proud. It was a story that had been in my mind for over 20 years, adding a bit of character here, a bit of plot there, but never writing anything of it down because, as my friends, family, agent and publisher can testify, that would be far too organised for me." Sounds like a man after my own heart. So yeah, this continues to say a bit more about writing historical fiction and how he hadn't written historical fiction before. Sounds really interesting, and it says that he has got a second one in the series which is being published in May. So I'll probably read the rest of that letter later on. So that is quite cool to have like an explanation from the author. Very cool. So let's get to the tiny little book haul part of the video. I didn't say at the end of last month that I was going to be good. I should have, but I didn't. Last month I actually ordered myself this long before the end of the 30 book challenge. I ordered this thinking it would be my reward for the end of the 30 book challenge, and then I didn't complete the 30 book challenge. But I'm unsure whether to add this to the giant TBR because I have actually read the bulk of what it is, but it does have some special features, so I will definitely be reading those. So let me know in the comments whether you think this needs to be added to the giant TBR, yes or no. So this is Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap 70th Anniversary Edition, and I could not resist this when I saw it advertised. So it has a cool little mouse on the front, and the end papers are just gorgeous. So it says on the back, "The perfect souvenir edition with official play script and exclusive backstage material, introduced by best-selling crime writer Sophie Hannah." So maybe I should add this to my giant TBR because I will read the new introduction by Sophie Hannah. I probably won't read the Mousetrap script because I read it, I think I read it this year. Can't precisely remember when, but I definitely have read it very, very recently. It might have been in December. From page 151 onwards, we've got the backstage story, an interview with Adam Spiegel, first notices, history of the Mousetrap, a cast of characters, keeping the secret. And there's also an appendix, what Agatha Christie said about it, and some more about the works of Agatha Christie. I will definitely be wanting to read all of those extra bits, and it looks really, really cool. In the bit that isn't the play script, it has like photographs of the newspapers, has like pictures of letters and pictures of Christie, has pictures of the early cast. It's a very cool souvenir edition. So yeah, this is for my Agatha Christie collection. Let me know in the comments whether you think it needs to be added to the giant TBR while I haven't read the like extra bits of this. So I have actually read The Mousetrap. So secondly, I mentioned in my wrap up that I have been sent another mail out by Tandem, and Tandem Collective kindly sent me this one, which is an ad PR copy, and it's Built to Move by Kelly Starrett and Juliet Starrett. This is about the 10 essential habits to help you move freely and live fully. And when I applied for this, I thought that it would be a good idea to add to the amount of non-fiction that I was reading. I also hoped that this would give me some ideas for how to get my body moving successfully. And then I've been ill for 2 weeks, so I haven't moved at all. So maybe this will come in even more useful to get me back to actually doing some moving. And I have got some movement challenges that have been sent by Tandem to post on Instagram, and yeah, I'll be posting some of those once I get to reading the book. But hopefully this has got some exercises, it's got some ways of moving. We will see what I think of this book and whether I can do any of the exercises in it. And then I wasn't very well, so I decided I needed to treat myself to some books to cheer me up. So I bought 2 books, and I do want to say that at least I was sensible, because I bought 2 books that I definitely planned to read in May and that I needed to obtain in order to read. So, sensible choices. And the first one is Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy. And I want to read this in May because of a brand new event called Misery May, which is being hosted by my lovely friend Gemma from Gemma Books and Scott from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. And they are seeking to make us miserable in May, especially around reading Thomas Hardy and the book that they have picked for the group read, which probably wasn't the Hardy I was planning to read next, because I'd always thought I would save this one up because it is so bleak, and because I watched an adaptation of this once with Christopher Eccleston and Kate Winslet, and it was just devastating, and I've never really thought since that I was ready to pick up the book yet. But it's the ideal time to pick up the book, because if it's a group read, then it might not be so devastating. I'm sure it will. So yeah, this is Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy, and I'm sure it's going to smash me into tiny pieces, which is the aim of Misery May, I guess. So looking forward to that one, if you can say you're looking forward to Misery. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this vintage cover because I love the vintage covers. And secondly, I bought a book for my own book club, the FOMO Book Club, which I host with Jack from Spread Book Joy and Gemma from Gemma Books. I still didn't own the book that we are going to read in May and June, so I bought it. And that's The Dance Tree by Kiran Millwood Hargrave. I think out of all the books we selected, this is the one that is the most up to date among the 6 that we picked. The rest are much older books that we've missed out on, but this one was from last year, still in hardback. I bought the beautiful gold hardback edition, even though this is about to come out in paperback and does have a very exciting paperback with fire on it. But yeah, I couldn't resist the golden cover. And this is a historical fiction, I think set in Strasbourg in 1518, in the middle of a blisteringly hot summer is what the blurb says. And it's about, I think, people starting to dance and not stopping dancing. Yeah, I haven't actually read any of Kiran Millwood Hargrave's adult fiction yet. I read and loved Julia and the Shark, one of her books for children, and I thought that was absolutely wonderful. So I'm really looking forward to reading some of her adult fiction. And yeah, as I say, this will be the pick for FOMO Book Club to read in the months of May and June, and we'll talk about this at the end of June on my channel. So yeah, it will be a very useful book that I have purchased. So that is all for my little book haul. I did buy books, but I think I needed cheering up, and I think I needed those books for May. So it's not like I bought them just for them to sit on my shelf for months and months for a change. Do let me know in the comments if you've read anything from Douglas Skelton, or if you've read this particular book that Mr. B's have sent me, An Honourable Thief. And yeah, if you know anything more about this, I would love to hear it. If you've read any of the other books, do let me know in the comments, and do let me know if you're planning to read either of those May choices in May. That's all from me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will hope very much to see you all again soon for another video all about books here on Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Bye for now.